Hi, my name is Michelle Callaway, and this is my midterm project. I chose to do midterm C, which was the My PaperClips project. The project that I decided to do was a multicultural dinner party. The purpose of this project is to meet the needs of my students. The need is that this project is needed because my students lack knowledge of other cultures. Many students do not go beyond their town. They don't travel often, and if they do, it is only between Mexico and Salinas. The goals of the project: to learn about cultures and expand their knowledge, to relate their knowledge of American and Mexican cultures to that of the other countries of India and Italy, and lastly, to help students develop awareness and appreciation for diverse cultures. The steps for the project. First, students will be put into heterogeneous groups. They will need to research and investigate the cultures of different countries, including Mexico, Italy, and India. Step 2. Groups will be hosting a dinner party and have to welcome guests from Mexico, India, and Italy. Step 3. In groups, students have to decide details about the dinner party in order to make the guests feel welcome. They have to decide how they are going to decorate the room, what food and drink to serve, what to wear, and what their guests will wear, what activities to do, and what to talk about. Step 4. Students will create a product to show what the whole guest party will look like, including the room decoration, food, and clothing. The students will have choice for their product. Some ideas include making a picture, a diorama, a Google slideshow, a painting, making it out of clay, and a poster board. Students also have the choice to decide a different way to display their product. Step 5. At the end, students will reflect on their experience as an American having dinner with the 3 guests by writing about what they learned about their guests' culture. Here is some information about Mexico. Students will be giving a slideshow, but they are allowed to look at books and also research on the internet. So I have provided information about food, art, holidays, sports, clothing, and architecture. This page shows the Mexican food, traditional food, including chocolate, guacamole, tortillas, pan dulce, corn, and agua fresca. Some Mexican art, some famous artists include Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Some art are paintings, pottery, beading, basket weaving, and sculptures. Famous Mexican holidays include Año Nuevo, Dia de la Constitución, the birthday of Benito Juárez, Labor Day, Dia de la Independencia, Dia de la Revolución, and Navidad, as well as Dia de los Muertos and Cinco de Mayo. Some Mexican sports that are very traditional to Mexico include soccer, also known as fútbol, lucha libre, bull riding, also called jaripeo, bullfighting, and charreadas. Mexican clothing is very bright and beautiful for women. They wear colorful embroidered skirts and dresses. Men wear sarapes and sombreros, and women wear flowers in hats or in their hair. Mexican architecture. There are many ancient structures, including the Chichén Itzá, El Tajín, and Tula. The other buildings are very colorful and are decorated with papel picado. The next country is India, and I'm going over the same topics. Indian food. Indians love curry, buttered chicken, tikka masala, vindaloo, samosas, biryani, roti, jalebi, and lassi. Many Indians are vegetarian due to being Hindu, but most Indians don't eat cow or pig. Indian art is very colorful. They have different styles of painting called Madhubani, Mughal, Rajput, Mysore, and Bengal. They also have wall art and sculptures. Some major Indian holidays are Indian Republic Day, Thai Pusam, Holi Festival, Independence Day, Gandhi's birthday, Pushkar Camel Fair, and Diwali. Some traditional Indian sports are cricket, a new sport called kabaddi. It's kind of like a mix between rugby and cricket, yoga, and field hockey. Traditional Indian clothing includes saris and wrapped garments. Women wear clothing such as salwar kameez and churidar. Men wear dhoti and lungi. Here are some Indian architecture. These are some of the most famous buildings and constructions. The Taj Mahal, Red Fort in Delhi, Rajiv Gandhi Sea Link in Mumbai. Now we're on to the last country, Italy, and we'll be going over the same topics. Italian food includes pasta, pizza, calzones, pesto, gelato, lasagna, and mozzarella, among many more. Italian art is very famous, especially in the Renaissance period. The artists from that period include Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Italians also are famous for their mosaics, other paintings, and sculptures. Italian holidays include the Epiphany, which is like a New Year's celebration, Festival of Lovers, which is like Valentine's Day, Carnival, La Festa del Don, International Women's Day, Festa della Liberazione, and Ognissanti. Some of the most famous Italian sports are soccer, skiing, cycling, surfing, and motor racing. Italian clothing, traditional Italian clothing. Women wear colorful embroidered skirts like that of Mexico, but in a little bit different of fashion. They wear elaborate hats with flowers or fruit, and the fabric is made of a special material called orbase. The famous Italian architectures include the Colosseum, the Rialto Bridge in Venice, and the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And the reason I chose Italy was because it is very close to Spain, and Mexico has a lot of influences from Spain. The Spanish language is very similar to Italian, and I'm hoping that students can see that Mexico, where much of my students originate from, is very similar to Italy. The multicultural dinner party. So students will need to work together to decide what food are you going to serve, how are you going to decorate the room, what are you going to wear, what activities will you do, and what will you talk about. After the dinner party and after students create their project to represent what the dinner party is going to look like, they will write about their experience as an American. They will use the questions below to help reflect on what they learned. So here are the questions. What did you learn about each of the different cultures? What did you talk about? What did your guests wear? How were all the cultures similar and different? How are you similar and different to the cultures? Here are some connections that I made with this project to what we have been learning in EDUU 605. Now I'm going to make some connections from this project to what we have been learning in EDUU 605, Democratic Education. This project connects to what we have been learning because it is important to make education democratic. If we want education to be democratic, then we need to help students understand the importance of diverse cultures and help them to develop tolerance and respect for others. This project helps to meet students' need for diversity and gives students the opportunity to learn about a culture different from their own. This was the same goal as the PaperClips project at Whitwell Middle School in Tennessee. The video was by Fab, Hiltzik, Johnson, and Pinchot, 2004. Another way to make education democratic is to ensure that education is equal and equitable for all by giving all students the best opportunities to learn. Democratic education is described by teachers creatively engaging students, giving students choice, connecting experiences to the lives of children, and sharing decision-making. Bennis. Students need to be engaged in self-directed learning, individualized project-based work, and student-chosen projects to help them become independent and lifelong learners. Also by Bennis. This project is student-centered because students are required to collaborate with one another in heterogeneous groups to engage in hands-on learning, and they are given a choice for how they are going to present their final product. According to Bennis, studies show that educational environments that engage young people as active participants in their learning have higher attendance and higher academic achievement, as well as more creativity and conceptual learning, with increased intrinsic motivation and determination in learning. This project would be approved by EDUU because it requires the teacher to set up activities where students get information and are able to explore and expand what they know, where students can contemplate, revise, apply, and expand their new knowledge. Germain, 2017. In the video by TEDx Talks 2015, Joe Roll offers some ideas on how to improve student interest and discipline through 21st century skills such as the 5 C's: choice, collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. This project helps students to cultivate these 21st century skills because students are given choice. As stated above, students have to collaborate and communicate with their group members. Students have to engage in critical thinking to determine how to set up the room for the dinner party, and as they reflect on the experience as an American. And finally, students engage in creativity as they create a product that illustrates the dinner party. These are my references from Bennis, Fab et al., Germain, Graf, Horton and Frere, Severson, and TEDx Talks. Thank you for watching my presentation.